It is capable of integrating intelligence from different corners of the planet in a matter of seconds. It can simultaneously work with rumors, information from the internet, intercepted conversations, and even satellite images. The unique Ukrainian intelligence system Griselda is installed on the tablets of hundreds of Ukrainian armed forces units, which has allowed for the destruction of many costly enemy equipment, depots and command posts of the Russian forces. How is this system structured? Why have the Russians, despite all their efforts, been unable to break it? And what is the Ukrainian miracle program capable of? This is what we'll discuss today in Arsenal. Developed literally on the fly, Griselda first saw the light of day in March of last year. With the onset of Russia's full-scale invasion, Ukrainian military faced the challenge of rapidly assessing the situation. Columns of enemy equipment were advancing simultaneously from all possible directions. Information about this was coming in every minute from dozens of settlements through hundreds of different channels. The task given to Ukrainian programmers was to integrate all the data into a single system so that military leadership could allocate resources effectively.
They had already started developing small applications, chatbots, and other tools, and they discovered this huge problem. They realized that solving this problem would lead to greater efficiency for the Ukrainian military.
Gathering a dedicated and skilled team of 3 people, they diligently worked on the task over the course of several weeks. Sitting in one of the Kyiv apartments under constant missile strikes, they still managed to come up with the program. Then the question arose of what to name the innovation.
These were the early days of the invasion. We could hear Russian artillery on the outskirts of Kyiv. To drown out these sounds, we played rap music on the player. At that moment, the question was asked, what should we name our new project? We looked at the player and saw that we were listening to a song by the group Griselda. That's how we came up with the name.
Since March of last year, it has been used and simultaneously tested in the troops. Since then, Griselda has been repeatedly improved and refined. Its specialists have added more modules for the military, the artillerymen, the OSINT research and other units. And the dedicated development team itself has grown from a few people to 100 volunteers, military personnel, programmers, and skilled analysts. So how does it work? The developers divided the intelligence data into 5 conditional categories. The first is visual intelligence, or simply put, imagery. This includes satellite images, drone videos, surveillance cameras, and more. The second is intercepts. This is information obtained from the enemy. Intercepted conversations, interrogations of prisoners, all of that falls here. The third is working with agents. Information obtained either from the enemy's environment or from civilians in occupied territories. The next category is data from the internet. As a rule, these are social networks and websites. The last one is cybersecurity, or in other words, hacking into enemy databases. And Griselda allows for the rapid structuring of all this information into a unified and towards a military intelligence system.
There is a lot of intelligence data. It's varied and diverse, and it's needed here and now. We have created a system for this purpose, which is directly involved in collecting, analyzing, verifying the reliability, and delivering information to the executors.
For this work, both artificial intelligence and automatic analysis modules are used. The processed intelligence data is automatically transmitted to the Ukrainian military in the most convenient way for the unit, including through applications like Delta, Krapiva, Armor, and others. At the same time, the developers assure that Griselda ensures reliable data storage and poses no threat to the defense forces of Ukraine, as it does not contain any information about the positions, of our military.
We have been facing cyber attacks, it seems, since the second month of our existence. Back then, no one knew about Griselda. Then the Russians found out about Griselda. They tried to attack us, but it was unsuccessful. They are not stupid, guys. They just don't have an idea like ours. And the same motivation.
The developers explained their idea with a simple example. Let's say some grandmother saw a Russian tank entering the village. She relays this information to anyone in the controlled territory. That person, in turn, passes the data to the military, who enter it into the Griselda system. The program cross-references all information about the village, satellite images, intercepts of the occupiers, drone videos, and identifies the grandmother's data as potentially reliable, also transmitting its analysis, including the tank's location to the military. The entire process takes Griselda 30 seconds, even less time than it took to explain this. And then either artillery or a kamikaze drone, which are crucial components in modern warfare, targets the occupier's equipment with precision. After the innovative Ukrainian development was thoroughly battle-tested and proven effective in real combat situations, it began to be widely installed on various military devices, enhancing their operational capabilities significantly. According to preliminary information, it has already helped destroy a significant amount of enemy equipment, and in addition, several high-ranking Russian officers. Griselda also played its role during the counter-offensive last fall.
During the counter-offensive, every few hours our users from the armed forces of Ukraine asked us to provide them with detailed information about what was ahead in order to ensure their safety. First 10 kilometers, then another 10, and so on.
However, Griselda demonstrates its practicality and versatility not only in battles. After the destruction of the Kakhovka Dam, a new task fell on its shoulders. When dozens of settlements and thousands of people and animals were flooded, rescuers also needed to quickly process a large amount of information.
Volunteers from Kherson asked us to create an evacuation system after the destruction of the Kakhovka Dam to save people and those who were stranded there. It was a very urgent task because many people were still there. It took us only 10 hours to start using Griselda for evacuation. We collected rescue requests from social networks, from Telegram channels, just from people who asked for it. We developed a bot to gather all this data in one place.
Thanks to this, hundreds of lives were saved at that time. And now, with its help, the winter campaign of the armed forces of Ukraine is actively being planned, and our borders are being successfully defended. Watch more interesting facts about the weapons of the future in service with the armed forces of Ukraine and beyond in our upcoming episodes. So like and subscribe to our channel to not miss new episodes of Arsenal.